All right, my man Raees. I know you, but let's briefly introduce yourself. Can you briefly tell me who you are, where you're located, and what do you do for living?
Sure. My name is Raees. I live in Vancouver, Canada. I moved here like 5 years ago as a student. Now I'm a permanent resident here in Canada. I work as a head chef. So I did my bachelor's in culinary arts, then worked through all the way, and now I'm running one of the restaurant which sells like 6.5 million in sales a year. So yeah, I'm like a full-time head chef right now and a part-time trader.
My man is just running millions and millions without us even knowing it. You're the low-key guy here, man. And what made you make the decision to join the one-on-one mentorship program?
I have taken a lot of like courses before, and like I've like lost money on those things. Like watched a lot of recordings. I felt like buying a course is easy. Then you watch all the recording, but when you go to apply it in real life, and you don't have the support, when you don't see the results, what you see in the course, that's where you stop, and then you're gonna find, oh, there's another strategy somebody is like selling, and you're like hoping into another strategy. So I was like, at one point, I was like, hey, I bought a lot of them. Then like, I don't need this anymore. Like the recordings and like going alone. I want like somebody I can talk to and personalize my trading and my issues and like come out of it. And like, I don't know if you know this, I've been following you from 2021 September. So I've seen you growing, like evolving as a trader. Like I've seen you like crushing GJ 1:5 in a Telegram group all the way. Like, oh, I don't see that. You went like so silent. You were like hustling. Then you came up with like a like you leveled up really well.
Yeah, bro, like I came a long way because when I was posting or documenting my journey in Instagram, I was still on the come up, I'm still on the come up, bro. I'm nowhere near where I want to be in life. But like that phase of me was like the very beginnings of like me making it and like slowly getting it clicked in my head that okay, like I finally know this thing now, and I figured it out and I became consistently with it. Nowadays, unfortunately, people get one payout and you see them all over Instagram that okay, I got a one payout. But like back then, bro, like there was not a lot of resources, not a lot of people, and it took the guts to come up front. And bro, I remember back then I would watch these mentors and everybody, they would trade GJ with like 20 pip stop loss, right? 15 pip stop loss. And I was the only kid that was trading GJ with like 6 pip stop loss, 7 pip stop loss. And I'll be very consistent with it too. Like it wouldn't be something like inconsistency or I would get stopped out. It would be very consistent. I remember like if I go back to my highlights, you would see it that I would go like 30-0, 20-0, like for the whole month, 25-2, And it'll be insane. But let me ask you, bro, what were your main problems with trading before working with me?
Psychology, I'll say that. So when I backtest something, oh, if you take a loss, you can rush into the next day and oh, take a profit. Then you feel like, oh, this strategy is working, good. But when in real life, if you take a loss, you still have 24 hours to go through. So you push with a lot of emotion because I'm a person like I don't like to lose. So that's like my probably like in my personality, I don't like to lose. So when I don't want to walk away with a losing trade. So that was my biggest problem. And like when you look into Instagram or social media, everybody posts the P&Ls, like only profits. So that also gives you an idea, oh, everybody's making money, but they're hiding the losses. That's where like the reality for me is like you coming up, yeah, we took a loss together, then the ability to walk out, close the chart and come back next day. And that was my biggest problem. Like having you and you showing that, hey, I mastered this strategy. I know I've been doing this for 7 years. I still take losses, but it's not like I'm gonna blow my account. I'll walk away. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another opportunity. That's
Bro,
the biggest thing.
my biggest problem when I was on the come up was the same thing. Like I would see these people on Instagram and the same trade that I took, they took the same trade, but when I got stopped out, they didn't get stopped out. Makes sense? And they would make like 100 times more than what I was making. Like I would make on the same trade $1 and I will literally hold it even more than they were holding it, but they will make like 10,000, 20,000. And that will make me feel like shit, bro. Like I'm sorry to say this, but it will make me feel so bad. But like there's a good quote there that I always abide to. It says, the grass is greener always on the other side. So You never know what that person is going through. That person could be faking his profit. That person could be just like, that's one out of the blue that he just made that money, you know? And also, like, a lot of the problem with a lot of the up and coming traders are they're comparing themselves with somebody who has been in this industry forever, you know? For example, I always tell you this, that you cannot compare yourself to me. Like, I've been in this industry for 7, 6 years, you know? That's like a master's degree right there, you know? So you are just now starting your journey. So you can never compare yourself to me. Maybe it will take you way less than what it took me. Maybe it will take you more, but I'm very, very confident in you that it's gonna happen way quicker than mine, you know? And in terms of your journey, where are you now since working with me? What tangible outcomes have you achieved so far?
I'll say discipline in trading. So I was looking at the chart way more than what I used to. Oh, like when I'm free, I just use my phone. Okay, Asian session doesn't matter. Like then I look for pre-land. Then it doesn't matter when I'm free. I'm looking for a trade. From that person, it's like I enter trades at the wrong timing when the volume is low, and that's why I make most of my losses. So from that person to stick to one single session, wake up at 6, get ready, look the market. 6:30 we go live. We take a trade, and if there's no trade, good. We done by like 7. That's it. So it's also like less time on the chart. I don't have to. If I don't really chase for a trade, if I don't have it, we'll move to next day. And then like I used to have like 6 hours of chart time. Then I try to force myself for a trade.
Wow. And in terms of consistency when it comes to profit or losses, how are you looking in terms of that?
Last week, this week, to be honest, was 4% up.
Nice.
So I was like 5% up, took a loss yesterday, and we walked off after that.
Took a
So
loss too,
that was a
bro.
big learning for me. Yes.
Yeah.
It's the same loss. So like sometimes everything is right, but it is not going to be 100% win rate.
Yeah.
So glad that I followed the plan. So I'm happy with that. Like that's the biggest challenge. If I take a loss when I'm following a plan, I still consider that as a win because you are sticking to your plan. As a good week, like 4% on a 10K instant funder.
Nice.
So we're still going to. I'm excited for the week after.
Nice.
I'm still like learning a lot of your
Yeah,
concepts.
we're literally in the middle chapter, so we're still in the
Yeah,
process of like learning.
100%.
And one thing is, like, I'm just gonna document it here. I want you to leave your job and come become a full-time trader, and that's my goal with you, you know. And I'm gonna say this to the public so everybody sees your journey and they can witness it. Make sense? So yeah, I don't think any mentor have done that, but I'm legit telling people that, hey, like, I'm gonna take you under my wing, and we have been working together for 4 weeks now or 3 weeks. I don't exactly
Yeah,
know. Maybe more or
4 weeks, but I took a week in between.
yeah, so more or less, but my personal goal with you is a year from now, 2 years from now, I don't care how long it takes. I want you to become a full-time trader and you're gonna be just as good of a trader or maybe better than me. Make sense?
Yeah.
Would you say having me as your mentor helped you keep you on track compared to learning on your own?
100%. Like, I made a bunch of losses the week before, and we went through on our one-on-one. So, like, I was making losses on Asian session, pre-London. Like, I was like trying to test the trades in each session. Then we had a chat. Hey, man, stick with one pair, one session, master that. So after that conversation, I was like, okay, I'm looking at like only Nasdaq or NY open, and it's been like changing. Like my list has been way better. I don't look for gold. I don't look for any other moments. So this won't happen if somebody was in taking accountability or spending time with me. I would have like my emotions would have override my brain and took losses.
So right now you're mastering NASDAQ with me, right? NAS 100?
Yes.
Yes. Perfect. What were some things you tried in the past to fix? Challenges mentioned or the struggles that you went through or obstacles that you try to fix but you just couldn't, and now those challenges have helped you to solve those challenges or come across those challenges.
I will say like having somebody as a mentor to talk. Like sometimes you go through a lot of emotions in life, like when you're trading, right? So especially I'm living in Canada, I'm way away from my family and friends. And if your friends are not into trading, they don't understand what you go through.
Yeah.
Like they will never understand. They will just blame you. Hey, it's gambling, man. I told you not to do it. I told you not to do it. And but when you make money, they're like, hey, can I give you $500? How much returns can you give it? It's like always like you don't get the support. People call it like luck or gamble under leash. get out of it. So I was like, oh, when I take loss, I carry that with me personally. It affects me personally, and it affects my next day's trading because I'm not sharing it with anybody. I'm not trying to get a solution. Here it's like, hey, I have your WhatsApp. And you also checked with me on WhatsApp, and I never had a mentor like putting that much time into it. And we spend like 2 hours a week just one-on-ones. Then we do like 5 day or 4 day live sessions. It's like we spend a lot of time together. So I feel like that is a game changer. I can literally tell you what I'm struggling, and you always have a solution because you have gone through this before. So I feel like that was missing.
Nice, bro. What specific aspects of my mentorship helped you go from point A to point B?
You simplified everything. Like I have like gone through a lot of strategies or concepts where they make it complex to make it feel like pricey, like whatever the program is. But the goal was like you were like, hey man, it's not that complicated. Let's keep it simple. And keeping it simple helped me to execute it faster. So that's one thing from your mentorship. I got it like, hey man, please just look for the volume. If there's no volume, it's not gonna move the same way. Like you show me with the live market, not any back testing or anything. Because I've seen like people, oh, let's go to this particular day and see the play out. But when we do like a one-on-one, we open the trading view live. We go to 1 minute time frame, then we talk about the price action, what's currently printing on the chart. And that's like a game changer for me. Like you're not making up anything. We are reacting to the market right moment. So that's a big thing for me. I can learn, hey, how do I analyze it? Rather than going back to last week and show, hey, this is entry right here. But we are like, hey, let's see, imagine this is an entry. And you explain that candle by candle why we stay in this trade, why this is invalid right now, why we cut our losses early, or why we keep our TPs pushing because we still see a nice price action going on. So those things like tangibly, I'll say like that's like a different aspect in learning.
Nice. So me breaking it down live instead of me back testing it, and I'm showing it to you candle by candle and breaking it down candle by candle, wick by wick. That has helped you a lot.
100%, because when you trade, that's the speed of the actual chart, right? You're not like fast forwarding or you're not pausing in between to talk about it, but like you need to make the decision in real time, and that's what we exactly be doing. So we have the same time when we do like 101 when you execute on NY session. So your brain thinks that same speed. I feel like that was like good for me because to react to the chart when you do like live. So yes.
Perfect. How did you manage work and trading at the same time?
Great question. So that's one reason I was like in and out in my trading game. So I know you from 2021. That means I'm also in this industry from 2020. And my first Forex account I created in Hot Forex is in 2016. That's like very long ago where I don't even know anything, but I was always wanting to know what it is. So I'm in and out because of my work and things going in my life. I used to work at nights. So what I used to do was like, hey, let me find a strategy which suits me. So I come out after work around 11 p.m. Then I wait for, this is like PST time, Vancouver time. Then 12 o'clock is a London Open. So I tried to take range break out of London. So then I got promoted and I'm working a different shift. Now I cannot afford to do that. So right now I'm as a head chef. I set my schedule and I try to be there like 7 to 11. So right now it's very dial, and like NY is really helping me. Like waking up at 6 o'clock, be on the chart at 6:25, load everything ready for trade. By 7, either we take a trade or we walk off. Then I go to gym, then like breakfast, then work. So it's like I have a 4 to 5 hours before I start my day at work. And I finish by like 7 o'clock. So I'm still like this is like very dialed in for me. So I felt like, oh, I should retire to trade. Now it's like, no, I don't need to. If I plan my day ahead, then I'm good. I can attend, I can make money, then go to work until I get all the confidence to retire. So this is like like the strategy works great for me. I just stick with that. And timing wise, it's beautiful. I feel like everything came to my life in the same time. Good
At the
time.
perfect time, huh?
Yes.
Nice, bro. Since working together, how has your approach to trading changed?
Feel more confidence. Like you know that you got somebody in your back to help you. That's very different than like you are yourself, and like you go through all the emotions yourself and you just keep it to yourself. Where I can talk to you, where you will tell me what I'm struggling. That's another thing. looking at my trade, you will tell me exactly what I'm doing wrong. Like you either tell me like, hey, Raise, you're entering too late, or you're entering too early. So you give me sometimes you don't know what you don't know until somebody tell you, man, you don't know this. So you are the person who tells me that, Raise, you don't know this, you're doing this wrong. So that's like the confidence. Even if I take a loss, I've seen you achieving things in life. So I know that this is a part of the journey, not the end of the journey. So that's the confidence it gives me to come next day and do it again.
Yeah, I always tell my students and I always tell everybody that in every single game that you are, no matter if you're in sports, no matter if you're in trading, whatever it is, there's always a negative side, you know?
Yeah.
So if you're in sports, you're gonna be losing too. That's not just winning, 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 winning. If you're in business, there's gonna be a risk to it too. You know, same thing going with school. Like that's the most safest route, quote unquote. But you're still taking a risk. Like you could get a degree and not find a job. You know, or you can get fired the next day. But same thing with trading, bro. Like a lot of people, some people. I'm not saying a lot of people, they start trading and they right off the bat expect that, okay, like this is gonna change my life and I'm gonna be making so much money and it's all going to be a linear journey. It's never going to be a linear journey. Just like the graphs that we're watching, it's always up,
There's always a
trace
pullback.
up, retracement, up, retracement. Makes sense? So
Yeah.
there's always a bounce back before a big setback, you know?
Yeah.
So, with that being said, did you have any concerns or misconceptions about joining?
No, I don't. Like I'll be like one of the least person to have any because as I said, I've seen you for 4 years and that is the goodwill you created like over the time, even without you knowing about it. So you don't know how many people are following you, how many people are consistently watching you, right? I was not in a spot to take this mentorship financially and you know that. But honestly, like I was down for it because I know this is like I know so much value in their enterprise. That's my decision to go for it. And like you are like literally helping me with everything. And it's like mentorship. It's not a course, which is like you cannot sell unlimited memberships because it takes away like I take away your 2 hours personally every week. And that's like a huge time for you. And you normally make like 2 grand in 1 minute, 2 minutes. So if you're looking for the value for money, I prefer you will be trading another two more lots up and call it a day. But your intentions are really different. So I can literally say that. So that's where like I'm like, hey man, if you're spending like 2 hours of his time, I'm down for it because I'm ready to spend my 20 hours a week for that.
Gonna say this from the bottom of my heart. I've taken every single course out there in the fucking industry. Any course you can think of, I've taken it, you know, from baby pips to SMC to any of these bullshit, bro. And none of them worked. None of them worked. And I would always tell myself that I wish I had somebody who I can reach out, who I can give a call, who I can text, who I can hop on one to one and ask. Because I would watch these recorded sessions. Yes, they would help, but like as I'm watching the recording sessions, there will be questions that would pop up, you know? And let's say I would text that person, and like 2, 3 weeks, maybe I'll even get a text back. Maybe, you know? And I would feel so furious and I would feel so bad and I would feel very discouraged because I'm like this 16, 17, 18-year-old kid who's trying to make it, who's trying to make it in this world. But at the same time, I'm spending my hard earned money and I'm not getting the results that I was promised to,
Yeah.
you know? Which is why I came up with this program of like, I'm gonna make sure from my end, I provide anything and everything that guarantees your success. But at the same time, I've also put this on you as well that, hey, the only way this is gonna work is if you truly lock the fuck in, you know? And if you're not gonna lock in and if you're not gonna do your homework, then please don't waste my time and please don't waste other people's time because it's not fair for other people. You're taking other people's spot, you know? People who are genuinely serious, which is why I'm very selective who I wanna work with. And that is why I seen it in you and I chose you because I remember when I would post my story, I really liked your name and I told you this multiple times. And I would see your name and I would always read it and I'll be like, Raees Khamruddin. You know, now pronounce it that way too, because Raees
There
and
was only a
this,
few people who can say that properly. Not even me, I guess.
yeah.
Living in Canada is always Reese.
And in my language, it means boss. So your name means boss, and then Khabudin is your name, you know? And what would be your advice for others? What would you say to others who are in a similar situation as you were in, who are maybe on the fence about joining, trading, becoming a trader, or thinking about becoming a trader?
one thing I'll say, like sometimes, like you feel like trading is simple, but it's not easy. I'll say that. Like, and you made a like very simplified form, but it needs a lot of discipline. And sometimes you need like somebody from external to help you through the journey, talk to you, and share the moments when you're really low. That's what exactly pulled me out. So every time I blow up a account, then I take like 3 months, 2 months break, and it slowed down my journey. And like I spent like normally 5 grand or maybe more than that on challenges. Firms, I'll say like invest in education and mentorship rather than like just trying to get a funded account and get funded. You might get funded, but from funded to get a payout is again another mountain to cross. So I'll say like spend your money wisely. I know we all make like hard earned money, and like I lost a lot of money. I tried so many things. I even got scammed like 10K last year. I'm not gonna put the names here. It's a broker, runs a Ponzi scheme, offshore broker, and my account was growing really well. I can see the numbers digitally. But when I tried to withdraw the money, then I figured out that's a $500 million forex Ponzi scheme, and you lost the money.
I believe we were in the same broker because if you're talking about the same broker, they have stole my hard-earned money as well.
Yes.
And that is
Yeah.
one of the reason why I'm so selective on what do I promote and what do I not promote, because this was back in 2021, 2022, and I deposited a very big amount that was so much big. And I also took a loan from other people and I deposited it to this account so I can trade and make a living for myself and also for other people. Yes.
Yes.
And guess
Well,
what?
I did the same thing.
And guess
Now I had to pay off from my pocket.
Yeah, guess what, bro? They took it. They took it.
Yes.
And now I'm an 18, 19-year-old kid left with a bunch of loans who I legit grabbed their money. Now they think I scammed them, you know? Yeah, now I have to go ahead and pay them because I was the one that vouched for it, you know? So it's messed up, you know. There's a lot of bad people in this industry. There's a lot of negative side to this industry.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you surround yourself with the right people, with the good people, this is one of the best decisions that I've personally made in my life, and I'm pretty sure you have made in your life as well.
100%. That's my advice to everybody. You will see a lot of things feel like so good, and like I know we all like have that greediness in us, and like we kind of make our brain stop working and like try to put it in and see, and it's not coming back. So invest or put that money into your own education. There's plenty of courses, but I'll always recommend a mentor. You need that person, whoever it is, to spend time with you because you will have a different problem than me. So understanding that and tackling it is the only game. So yeah, so whoever you're choosing, choose a mentor who really want to spend time with you, who is reachable to you, and who also comes live and show you how to do it in real time. So that's my advice for people who are thinking to join this program.
And I appreciate that advice, my man. Based on the results so far, where do you see yourself in the next 6 to 12 months?
Yes, I'm looking for like next 6 months. I'm turning 30 in December, so it's a big 6 months for me. My goal is to like have like a very decent amount of live account by Jan 1st. So before that, I want to master everything in the concept. We are halfway, and then like on my psychology part, discipline. I just make sure how there will be losing streak, and that's how it is. As we said, there's always a pullback. So I want to see how I navigate it this time because I want to get through it because it can happen to anybody, right? So if you're like, oh, you say a 5 weeks of winning streak, you might do really well. What if a 6 week I can't hold up to it? So I'll be like testing myself how I go. And I'm pretty confident with your mentorship. You are a text away, a call away from me, and I've never got that with anybody. I'm pretty confident that you will see me in like January, probably walking towards my retirement is my goal.
I believe we're gonna hop on that very soon. I think my goal or my anticipation is next month. So that's what, 4 weeks away. So by the end of August, you're gonna be in a live account. That's what my anticipation is. But again, it's trading, you know, there's nothing promised. What the only thing what we can do here is to refine the weaknesses and bounce back again, you know. And I really appreciate you for hopping in on this interview with me, and I really appreciate that, bro. Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
All right,
Thank you.
well, I'll see you guys on the next session.